We have found them to be amongst the most complicated of all financial instruments. Nothing easy about them. Back in 1990 when I got in the business, they were 12 to 14 pages, maybe number 14 print that wide, and very simple. Put your money in. When you're ready for it, we'll pay it out. Today, we see many contracts with over 100 pages of small print using words and terms. You remember the language of the IRS? Every insurance company can have their own language, and every contract has pages and pages and pages of definitions the way they want to define a word within the scope of the contract. And there have even been contracts that blend fixed income options, variable or mutual fund options, along with equity-linked index options, and the same word could have 3 definitions depending on where you're applying it. You think the tax code is hard. It can be really complicated. Now, if you're owning it, we want to know for sure, why are we owning the contract and what's it trying to do for us? Because the language is difficult to understand. Somebody has to help you figure it out. And believe me, it's difficult for you, the client. But even if you know why you bought it, it's difficult to understand for the heirs. And then, believe it or not, for the agent. Ask an agent, have you ever read this contract cover to cover? I've read many. And once I've sat with some agents, they didn't want to sell that contract anymore. Seriously. Because it's not what they thought from the marketing material that they use. Regulators struggle with it, not because they're incompetent, because they're reviewing hundreds and hundreds of contracts from many companies all using words differently. They're difficult. And then others, lawyers and others, they all struggle with it. So if you ever read through your insurance contract with law, which the law requires to be in simple plain English, and you don't understand it, it's because it's hard. They're very difficult to understand.